What is going on, my crazy 76er fanatics? Thanks for stopping back in for another daily pod with your daily 76er discourse and discussion. Guys, I want to thank all you guys who stop in, who drop in, and who keep watching, guys. Thank you for helping us climb that subscription ladder. One view, one comment, one watch. Each one of you guys, you all matter. Thank you so much for helping us grow this channel. And let's talk about what's going on behind the scenes, guys, in the locker room and maybe in the front office with Daryl Morey and Nick Nurse. Who are they going to decide to play first? That backup big position, to me and to many people in Philadelphia, is wide open for the taking. I'm hearing some reports and I'm hearing some rumors that Johnny Brome may be getting those backup big man minutes. Will Johnny Brome play this season? The obvious answer is yes. Garbage time should definitely be Brome time. Sweep them up. You need a broom for garbage time. But real valuable minutes, I think Johnny Brome may see some. Listen, Andre Drummond, who is one of the best veterans that are still on this roster, one of the most serviceable and useful veterans on this roster, may not be used this season, guys. If the Sixers want to prioritize the future of this team's success and the upside of their young stars or young players who could become stars, you probably want to play Johnny Brome over Andre Drummond. Just think about what each guy brings from a player-to-player standpoint. Andre Drummond, relentless rebounder, physicality, experience, and I'm not sure what else to throw in for Andre Drummond on the offensive or defensive side. Johnny Brome, what does he bring offensively and defensively? Just upside. Just intangibles. Johnny Brome, who was one of the best defensive players coming out of college, and during the summer league, he showed a lot of defensive chops. He struggled getting defensive stops, found himself in foul trouble, which you expect any rookie or any young player to do as they grow and as they progress. They will process how to play without fouls, how to play less handsy. Johnny Brome is only going to get better the more minutes he gets. That's what you hope and that's what you expect. But should you really be playing Johnny Brome over Andre Drummond is the debate and is the question. Let's look at Johnny Brome's Summer League stats, guys. You're looking at a guy who played in 7 Summer League games, who was shooting 40% from the field, which 40% from the field is not good at all. But he was also shooting close to 40% from 3, which is extraordinary, especially for a rookie. So Johnny Brome not only showed streakiness throughout his Summer League play, but he did show the ability to stretch the floor a little bit and knock down a 3. Johnny Brome, player composition or player comparison, would be like a PJ Tucker. And Joel Embiid prayed and thanked everyone for the acquisition of PJ Tucker. PJ Tucker actually wasn't a bad player for these 76ers when he was playing with James Harden. PJ was good. Matter of fact, PJ was great. And Johnny Brome, to be a perfect or the best version of himself in the NBA, would definitely have to take some of this PJ Tucker on-court identity, which means he's spacing the floor. He's a knockdown three-point shooter from the corners, occasionally from the wings, but more importantly, defense is where he makes his name known. Offensively, though, Johnny Brome versus Andre Drummond, definitely going Andre Drummond there. Brome has a lot to be seen, a lot to develop. Rebounding-wise, probably going to go with the more physical, the stronger, and the more experienced rebounder. Probably one of the greatest rebounders in NBA history, Andre Drummond. But what Johnny Brome and Andre Drummond do have comparable, or you can look at as similar, their free throw percentages around 50 to 60%, guys. Neither of these guys go into the line. You're trusting as a reliable knockdown free throw shooter. Again, three-point shooting, I'm giving Johnny Brome the knock, the edge. Field goal percentage, field goal shooting, got to give it to Andre Drummond just based off the experience, just based off the physicality, and just based off working to his spots better than a rookie would know where his spots would be exactly. But for the future of this team, Johnny Brome could be a stretch 4. Johnny Brome could be a stretch 5. Johnny Brome could play with Joel Embiid and potentially without Joel Embiid. So maybe that's why Johnny Brome could be getting those backup minutes. Who will be getting those backup minutes? Is it Johnny Brome? Is it Andre Drummond? Or is it a gosh darn Bona? Adem Bona, people, I think and I believe could be and should be the replacement big in the absence of the big fellow Joel Embiid. On Adem Bona, I would put over Andre Drummond because What Andre Drummond brings to this team, I think Andem Bona is just a younger, more agile, more athletic, more hungry, definitely less trained and less disciplined version of everything Andre brings. Physicality, Adem Bona's physical. He's a physical specimen. He's extremely athletic. Rebounding, Adem Bona makes his bread, bakes his butter, bakes his bread, makes his butter, all with rebounding. Rebounding is what Adem Bona does. Offensively, though, Adem Bona may be the latter of the three. Johnny Brome and Andre Drummond. Adem Bona may be the latter of the three, the worst offensive talent in the backup big conversation this team does have. But looking at it as the least offensively skilled big on the team, he's not too far from the tree. I'm just saying, Andre Drummond isn't too much more skilled, doesn't have too many more offensive skills or a deeper bag than Adem Bona. Johnny Brome may have more of an offensive bag than Adem Bona with his spin moves, with his post play, and with his three-point shooting. But in the NBA and in a 5-on-5 atmosphere, how many points, how many looks, how many plays, how many touches are you really looking to give a Johnny Brome? Not too many. I don't think we'd be looking to give Johnny Brome too many offensive touches. I don't think we're calling his number too often. But there's one thing that Adem Bona does offensively the others don't. He's a lob threat. This team, realistically, even with Joel Embiid, does not have a lob threat outside of Adem Bona. And a lob threat is exactly what this team has needed for seasons on seasons. The James Harden years, one thing or one piece of the offense this team did not have, that was an over-the-rim attacker. That was someone who was going to catch the lobs and flush it home. That was also a constant and consistent rim protector. If it wasn't Joel guarding and locking up the paint, it was a PJ Tucker being the center for this team. Last season, if it wasn't Joel hobbling around doing what he could guarding the paint, it was Andre Drummond hobbling around doing what he could to guard the paint. Adem Bona, defensively, is the best option for this team, and offensively, if you're looking at what all these guys bring, Drummond, Brome, and Adem, offensively, Adem Bona may have the best skill set and the best asset that is still needed in the NBA, and it is still going to be heavily relied on for this team to attack the rim consistently. Because Tyrese Maxey, as fast as he is and as great as he is getting downhill, he's not the most forceful at getting to the rim. He's relentless. He's consistent. He's fast, but forceful attacking the rim. He's got too much finesse with his overs and unders, finishing with both hands, right-hand floater, left-hand floater. He's finesseful. He's not forceful. Joel Embiid. Who knows how forceful Joel Embiid is going to be attacking the rim and putting pressure on the paint with his new knees. I think I'd rather Joel Embiid play in the mid-range, maybe play the top of the key of the three, but really spare and save his body, save the force, save the physicality, and save the clanging and banging for the postseason, for the playoffs. So who's going to attack the rim? Who's going to be the consistent rim shaker or dunker? Kelly Oubre and Adem Bona, guys. Those are the lob threats on this team. Will this team have a lob threat? Kelly Oubre and Adem Bona are the lob threats on this squad, but they could add one more. Legitimately, this team could add one more. Precious Achiuwa's out there. Thomas Bryant is out there. Gosh darn it, Ben Simmons is out there. A lob threat, an above-the-rim player, some potential to throw some oops, to keep the defense honest, to slide from the dunker spot, slam it home. Tyrese Maxey can be more of a facilitator. Joel Embiid can be more of a mid-range juggernaut if you have someone able and consistent at attacking the paint. These guys, I'm talking about the stars, Paul George, Maxey, and Embiid, can fill their roles to the T and more perfectly if they're not forced to do what they're not great at anymore. And that's getting to the paint. That's being consistent in the paint area. And that's also, again, attacking the rim and putting pressure on the rim. That's not necessarily what you want these guys to do at this point in career. Paul George specifically, you want Paul George to fall into more of the finesse score, to fall into more of his, let's say, more consistent role for Paul George, which is just a knockdown shooter, a three-point scorer, an open bucket getter. You don't want Paul George creating off isolation. You want Paul George finding his spots and knocking down his shots. You want the same for Joel. You don't want Joel facing up at the mid-range anymore. You don't want Joel jabbing 5 times a game or 5 times a possession. You don't want Joel putting pressure on the rim. You want Tyrese Maxey setting these guys up. You want a Tyrese Maxey-led team with Tyrese Maxey leading this team to success and finding these stars and these young players their successful spots. Unfortunately, guys, if that's the case, if you're looking for Tyrese Maxey to be the facilitator and the focal point of this offense, initiating it and creating it, you're going to have Tyrese Maxey find someone setting him up for those lobs. Finding Tyrese Maxey setting him up to attack the paint, to want to get to the paint. Guys, I think those backup big minutes go to Adem Bona. Unless you find Thomas Bryant on the open market ready to sign, Precious Achiuwa ready to sign, or Ben Simmons ready to come home. Those are the only ways, guys, I feel as though Adem Bona doesn't get those backup big minutes. Johnny Brome may see the floor here and there, potentially. He was great in college, definitely does have some experience. I just can't see it with the way this team needs to play. The pace, the speed, and the physicality. That's Andre Drummond, and that's Adem Bona before it's Johnny Brome, guys. And before we close, did you leave a comment, guys? Like, comment, and subscribe. This is a channel for the people, brought to you by the people, and we're having conversations with our people daily. Like, comment, and subscribe, guys, and we'll be back with another conversation tomorrow.